Hey, welcome to the 40 Finance channel. Today I'm going to try to clear up some confusion that I see out there about Seeking Alpha. If you've been a subscriber to my channel, you know that this is a platform that I use and promote all the time, and in fact, almost exclusively on this channel. And sometimes I come across a question in email or I see a comment off to the side where it looks like the person doesn't really understand exactly what Seeking Alpha is and perhaps some of the different features or other elements to the site beyond what I use every day. And with that, I got 3 points to cover that hopefully if you're already a member of Seeking Alpha, it might help clarify some things for you. And if you're considering joining the platform, then this will definitely help you kind of understand the different perspectives and tools that are on the site. And as always, if you have not joined Seeking Alpha, you can take advantage of a special offer and 7-day free trial and potentially support my channel as well. Just check out my affiliate link in the description. Thank you to everyone who's supported the channel so far. Now, the first thing to clarify on the list is that you have 2 parts of Seeking Alpha. The broader part of the site, and the part that you see on my videos most often, is the platform itself, is the news and research and data platform that brings you not only different opinions across many stocks, but when I'm going in and doing my stock analysis, let me see if I can get to one here. So if I end up on a stock page like this for Palantir, you know, this is where you see a lot of the same information that I share in my videos. This includes, you know, the quant ratings, the different metrics that Seeking Alpha uses, and most importantly to me, the data points, all the different data points that it brings in and the way that it calculates it and displays it here. So this is all included in the Seeking Alpha premium subscription that I talk about the most, the one that's linked in the description. Anything, you know, if you have a portfolio, let's just say of 10 stocks, something like that, or really any number of stocks, and you enjoy digging in and reading about those stocks, discovering new things, checking on the data, checking out, you know, quant scores and momentum, Seeking Alpha Premium is a great pick for you. And if you spend a lot of time in the stock market, whether just researching or reading or a hobby, however you want to look at it, you know, this is the platform where you can kind of get everything answered in multiple different ways, on top of having some different opinions along the way. There is nothing in Seeking Alpha Premium that they are specifically telling you to buy or sell. So if you're on this analysis, this is all part of the community. You know, you have hold, buy, sell. These are different opinions from different people. Okay, this is not the Seeking Alpha Premium platform telling you to buy or hold or sell. That's really up to you. What it's presenting on its side, this news column, is just news and facts from the news stream. They have their own news department. They type up their own articles and insights. And, you know, that's what Seeking Alpha Premium is providing from an editorial standpoint. If you want to come in, as I like to, and many others do as well, and you want to read the analysis, you need to recognize that these are people who are not necessarily, and likely actually, not associated with Seeking Alpha. They use the platform to publish articles. Some of them, like this guy, he's an investing group leader. So this is his little thing, pragmatic investor. This costs additional money, okay? He's sharing analysis for free, much like you see the people on CNBC or whatever do. But if you want to come into his group, which is housed within the platform, housed within Seeking Alpha, you can get to it from here, but you do have to pay. So you see $99 a year for this guy, full access 401. And then that ends up over here in your investing groups, but it is an additional charge. But regardless of whether you join their little investing group or and you pay that additional fee, you'll always be able to read analysis articles by all authors for your favorite stocks for free. Okay. Once you have paid your premium subscription, I can read all of these. Okay. So that's what you get with Seeking Alpha Premium. Stock pages like this across every known stock, news, market data, etc. And in a separate world here, you have these investing groups. And at the top of that world, you have Alpha Picks. So what's important to know about Alpha Picks? It's a completely separate subscription. I do have access as someone who promotes a lot of Seeking Alpha stuff. I don't typically promote Alpha Picks, not because it's a bad service, just because I'm more of a guy who digs in and does my own research as opposed to just, I'm in this stuff every day. But if you're someone who's a buy and hold type investor, you don't have all day to research. Alpha Picks is the service that actually does provide 2 picks a month. So when I've seen people complain about Seeking Alpha, they're probably talking about Alpha Picks because it's the only real place that Seeking Alpha says, we recommend buy here, coming directly from their team. And if you dig into Alpha Picks, though, what's interesting is if somebody were to call it a scam or they said, I picked everything they said and it never came true. The fact of the matter is, first of all, I would second guess anybody who's actually followed all of the trades for a long time. I follow this portfolio. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show the whole thing because it's paywalled and whatever. But I follow the news and the headlines that go along with Alpha Picks, and it's got 40 stocks in it. And I'll tell you that the 40 stocks have ranged in their buy dates from right around 2022 all the way through today. And we're heading to the end of 2024 here. Okay, I flipped over here because I told you I can't show you a ton of stuff. I can only show you things that have been added a long time ago. So these two are from 2022, but they assign a holding percentage or a weight to it. So you have 40 stocks. You have very specific weights that they've put into their portfolio, and you put all that together, and if you see a person who says maybe like, oh, I tried Alpha Picks for 3 months and it sucked and it's a scam and whatnot, well, first of all, it's a long-term investing model. Second of all, which stocks did you buy? When did they start? When did you sell them? There's a lot that goes into this, and they make it pretty clear on the site. Let's see. I guess if you hover over this, so the portfolio return, they put this in there. Performance is calculated from July 1 to 22 based upon buying every Alpha Pick on the pick date using the opening price. It also includes selling picks, which are displayed on the Remove tab, and uses the closing price of the sell date. And the whole market for it is for people who want to have very specific directions sent to them, okay? And the track record measures out. They post every single thing. I wish I could show you more. I'll do a video on this down the road, but I don't want to navigate through too much. But if it intrigues you, I'll put my coupon down to Alpha Picks. Again, it's not something I typically promote, but I think it gets you $50 off a 1-year subscription. But I certainly would recommend trying Seeking Alpha Premium first, okay, before you jump all the way in from a money standpoint into Alpha Picks. Just do Premium first, and you get a lot more different opinions, and you can see if you even like the platform. All right, the next thing I want to cover that to me is one of the most valuable parts of this, but you'll understand how it gets confused with some people. And that is Seeking Alpha Premium anyway. As you're going through the stock pages, just like this one here, Apple, there is multiple opinions. Okay, so whichever opinion you latch onto, that's through your own research, that's through your own choice. And I want to show you something here. So if you can see, there's this ratings tab. All right. And inside the ratings, there's quant rating, seeking alpha analyst rating, which are some of those opinion stories we saw on the Palantir page, and then Wall Street analyst rating. Three very different opinions. Now, sometimes they'll all line up, but it's three ways to look at things. So on the quant rating side, and you see here, Apple got a hold, and these are the factor grades that go into the quant rating. So right now, Apple gets an F in valuation. I'm not going to go into what all of these mean, but needless to say, it's very similar to your elementary school grading system, A plus, F, those kind of things. And then they post how those change over time on a daily basis. Okay, so you can go back to any date and time. This chart does not change very much. But you could go back on this chart and see where the quant rating changed from hold to sell or hold to buy or whatnot. And then you could dig in there. Now the quant score is just an algorithm. Seeking Alpha's put a ton of resources into developing it, and it is a big part, by the way, of what they use in Alpha Picks, but it's not the whole sauce. But I would say the quant score is going to be for someone who wants to eliminate human interpretation of certain stock events, and that obviously is a big flaw in the world of investing for certainly for me, and I'm sure a lot of people too, is you start thinking like a human, you start dreaming and hoping, and things don't always work out that way with stocks. So the quant rating, you come in and you learn about it, and you can understand, okay, well, this is what a computer says right now. I'm looking for a different opinion, though. You would go to what? Seeking Alpha Analyst rating, and it's got the same chart, and it says 17 analysts in the past 30 days, 2 buy, or 2 strong buy, 2 buy, 9 hold. And when you come down here, you see each of the analysts, okay, what they've rated. This guy's got strong sell, and Apple's kind of went up from there. So you can actually like evaluate the opinions. And same down here. And here, you got a lot of people selling, and that hasn't been reflected in the price. I would say, I think I just did a video that says, if you're going to argue sell on Apple, you're definitely playing with fire on their stock buybacks. But let's just say we thought this guy is the greatest thing of all time, right? And we want to go back and read what he has to say about Apple. You could come into here, and this is December 18th, and you get to see, exactly what was written about Apple, and to see, how that correlates with his rating. So you can do the check, right? And then you can decide if that is an opinion that you believe in or not. And then lastly, you've got Wall Street analyst ratings. And with that, you should be thinking of basically published analysts, not much different at all from the guys you would see on CNBC. Also, like every single investment brokerage that's big has their own like public-facing analysts. That's where you start to get some of these ratings, and you get the different price targets that were included in those. They probably just have to anonymize it, if I said that correctly, because a lot of those publishers or investment houses, they publish that information internally and they don't share it till after. So they probably have to be careful how they display some of this information and not tie it to a specific person. All right, so there was really 3 things I wanted to cover in this video, and I think I hit them all sort of out of order. But number 1, Seeking Alpha Premium is significantly different than Alpha Picks. One is a stock picking service. The other is a stock research platform Seeking Alpha Premium is the one that you see me promoting on my channel and using the tools and everything into my stock research. All right, the second thing on my list, which we actually covered last, was the diversity of opinions. So unlike something like maybe Motley Fool, who's going to have sort of their one or two guys that lay out the stocks that they pick, you're going to have three different ways to sort of uncover stocks you might be interested in. That is, of course, the quant score, which we covered, Seeking Alpha analyst articles, who may or may not have their own investing group within the platform. And then lastly, we talked about the Wall Street analysts, where they track how many strong buys, all those things, as well as the price targets. So for a single stock, we looked at Apple and I think Palantir. You got three categories to look at. And when you get into like Seeking Alpha analyst opinions, then you can start tracking what these people have said and what's happened to the price before and after they've said it. Okay, and then the last point was the concept of the scam with alpha picks, right? It's probably the thing that I see the most in disgruntled comments. And just know with alpha picks, I mean, the performance is on the board. Like they've written every single thing. They tell you when to get in, when to get out. The problem would be if a person did not develop the whole portfolio. So that's one reason why I don't do it, because they've got 40 stocks in there, and you'd have to start. I just don't have that much extra income. You'd have to, go in and make all those changes. I prefer Seeking Alpha Premium, where I'm sort of doing my own stock research. But there's nothing wrong with alpha picks, and there's no scam element to it. I see the chats and the news updates in there every single day. The catch is, if you're just going to jump in for 2 months, buy the first two things that they say, and try to kick back and relax to, Cuba or something, then it's not going to happen. It's a long-term hold situation, and they also sell things, and they also do have losses that are often outweighed by the big winners, not that much different than what everybody else does in their portfolio. All right, guys, so I hope this helps you a little bit on the Seeking Alpha side. And if you're not already part of the Seeking Alpha ecosystem, consider using my affiliate link in the description, help support my channel. You'll also get the 7-day free trial and about 10% off a full year of your subscription. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll see you on the next video.